Hey guys, it's Lady T and welcome back to the channel. So Brian Mcknight had broke his silence on the deadbeat dad allegations and accusations that he only claimed his kids with his current wife Leilani. Now, in a nearly 6-minute YouTube video, Brian addressed not posting about his biological kids and noting a mutual distance and conflicted relationship, mostly about money, as the reason. He addressed the defamation of character and breach of contract lawsuit his biological daughter Brianna filed against him a few years ago, which he said was settled out of court under the condition he wasn't required to admit to any wrongdoing or publicly apologize to her. A few weeks ago, social media slammed the singer for posting a seemingly petty post about his stepdaughter making him a girl dad and being the best daughter ever, when he had 4 adult biological children, including a daughter. Additionally, social media had called out Brian for his Instagram bio that have his current wife on there, the 2 stepkids, and the 2 little bio kids, one of them had deceased, and that he shares with the wife, the current wife, with no mention of the 4 biological kids. So let's check out a little bit of the video that he posted on his YouTube page.
There is a very simple reason why I post about some of my children on social media and not others. The children that I do not currently have relationships with, I don't post about them. Instead, I post about the children with whom I do have relationships, with whom I am proud of, and about whom I want to share my pride in their accomplishments. I don't live in the past. I live in the present and the future. I am so proud of the man I am today, the husband I am to my wife Leilani, and the father I am to our children. I'm so proud of our love, our family, our life. So I will, without apology, continue to shout about it as loud as I can. Is the lawsuit my adult daughter Brianna brought against me a few years ago. In 2020, my biological daughter Brianna sued me for defamation and breach of contract. I posted a page from the lawsuit here and the file number down below so you can look this up for yourself. And you will see that she did not ask for an apology or even ask that I remove the alleged false statement from the internet. All she asked for and all she wanted was money. The case was dismissed before there was any decision. My statement about her was defamatory. We settled the case earlier this year, and I agreed to pay Brianna some money, but here's the interesting part. She sued me for defamation and breach of $1 million life insurance policy, and I agreed to pay her $318,000 with no admission of any wrongdoing whatsoever. You heard that right. She dismissed $1 million case in exchange for payment of $318,000 with no admission that I did anything wrong and no requirement that I retract my statement or remove it from the internet. If someone said that I did something I didn't do and I won a case proving that I didn't, I demand a public apology. I demand an acknowledgement of wrongdoing, and I demand a retraction of statements. The face value of that life insurance policy was $300,000 with $18,000 worth of interest. I did not defame her. I made no false statements. I made up no stories. You can do what you will with that information in deciding who you think won the case. I want to address the abandonment issue for the last time. Those kids and I have had a long history of conflicts, mutual estrangements, and resolutions. But there was a time when we were truly a successfully blended family. Julia, Jack, BJ, Nico, and Brianna. Our home was filled with love and acceptance, so much so that the kids were all calling each other siblings, contrary to the picture that's been painted online. Christmases, birthdays, Thanksgivings, Friendsgivings, all spent together, even standing up for me as my best man in our wedding, along with their brother Jack, which I posted a pic of here. Shortly thereafter, the same conflict over money arose again. We parted ways, and the next thing I knew, there were 2 posts from Brian and Brianna in 2019 telling the world a completely different narrative for the reason why. I never abandoned anyone. Our estrangement was mutual, but those posts made any roads towards reconciliation and acknowledging them a dead issue. And I changed my will the next day. I've spent the last 30 plus years building a recognized, respectable name, and ironically, there are still people out there who are trying to smear my name while still carrying it, hoping to use it for their own benefit. I make absolutely no apologies for naming my infant son Brian. I want him and the world to know that he is the one who is my true legacy.
Brian also mentioned the Instagram post made by the biological kids, Brianna and Brian, back in 2019 that accused him of abandoning them, calling the narrative false, that not only led him to change his will the next day, but also to permanently end their relationship with them. In closing, he said that he unapologetically named his infant son Brian with his wife Leilani as his true legacy. First of all, guys, I want to apologize for my voice. My voice is going in and out. Yesterday, I volunteered at my daughter's school field trip, and we was outdoors in the elements at a farm of all places. So it really took a toll on my body with these allergies. So I do apologize. But let's get into this story. It's one thing to say my sons are grown and need to man up and stand on their own feet. There's nothing wrong with that. And to also say that they can't disrespect my wife. It's a whole nother thing to gaslight your children, your biological children, that lets you know everything about his character. He intentionally has that lady children in his bio and that petty ass message to his stepdaughter just with the pure intention of hurting the children. Brian Mcknight is a bitter bitch that has some type of grudge against that ex-wife, and he think this fresh start new family will give him that second chance to actually be a decent human being. He is guilty, miserable piece of ish that is looking for a way to take his mind off the actual truth. He just reeks of bitterness because the lengths he goes from reacting from Julia and the kids is very telling. He's trash. He's tired. He's miserable. And possibly has some type of sort of personality disorder. To post a video like this is just pure evil. I can't believe any woman would be with a man like this. And at this point, I have to side-eye the current wife. Aren't you weary of him using your own children as a weapon against his own children? And that weird little laugh he did after saying the baby is his only true legacy. He really ain't ish. That's some deep narcissistic crap. What is a true legacy? Do you know for being a horrible deadbeat to your older children? That's your legacy. These videos and social media posts ain't helping you, sir. He just made things 10 times worse during this video. Is he under some type of spell from his wife or something? I mean, this is really crazy. I really hope that she leaves him and take everything. I surely do. As sassy as he is, I'm sure he would be willing to turn over his publishing and royalties to her children if she asks. When I was doing nursing, I first started at a nursing home working the 311 shift. And doing that shift, I really got to know the patients really well. And one thing I noticed is that with female patients, they receive more visitors than the male patients. And I can recall a few male patients and, trying to get to know them and finding out that they have children. I'd be like in complete shock because you don't never see nobody visit them. This one patient I had, he barely had any clothes. I mean, he was down to like 2 pairs of underwears with holes in them. I was like, but you got all these children. So where are they? Because you so desperately need, items. Also, these men live in regret. Regret mistreating the woman that was in their life, the loves of their lives. Cheating, being a womanizer, mistreating their children, and not being the father they should have been. And trust me, I heard it all. I can recall a time when I called a patient's son, because I had a patient that passed away, and I called the son. And the son told me, okay, we'll call the funeral home, thank you, and click. I mean, that quick. I'm for real. They doesn't care. You know, and the reason why I brought this up, because Brian Mcknight remind me a couple of those men. Just lonely and living in regrets. Because, you know, karma have a way of showing up and showing out. There will be a day when his new amazing family is going to go upside their head, and he going to wish he could start back at one for real. He better hope he's not going to get caught up in some type of illness where only family member may be able to save his life and be the donor. Or heck, he may have a stroke or a bad car accident and require care. And let's see where his new amazing family going to be. Because the bio kids ain't going to be there. Because that wife is going to take care of everything. She's going to sign off everything and send his trifling behind to a nursing home. And please do not call those bio kids, because they not coming. And trust me, I have seen that in the nursing home too. I mean, it's disgusting how he's using his youngest son and stepchildren to emotionally hurt his other children. There are plenty of people that have issues with family, but keep it to yourself. Keep it in your circle. You know, going to social media to announce your new family and brag about how great they are is trash. What is he doing is hurtful. It's uncalled for. Again, you acting like a bitch. This family could turn on him in a minute. They probably don't even trust him because of the way he treated his old family, his bio family. All right, guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this story. So let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And as always, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And thanks for watching.